AI today. So a couple of things I'm noticing in the marketplace with small businesses. There's a lot of interest in AI, into AI automation, AI integration, but without all of these fluffy words. I'll tell you what I'm actually seeing. So it does seem like some industries are adopting some of the service platforms. So like in construction, I heard about Jobber. And a contractor gave me some feedback on that, said it was really good. He was automating all of his invoicing, customer outreach. He was able to do massive emails to his customers. So that's good. Seeing people using it in the business brokerage space, there are a couple of platforms. There's one called BizPro Value, which is for doing business valuations and assessments. There's another one called Deal Studio, which is where you can manage your whole entire deal when you're a business broker. So you're basically selling a business. And there's another one in the legal field called Clio. So now what all of these are doing, they're really good. They're subscription models, so you have certain price levels. And you can use those for doing the bulk of your work once you have a customer. What I am seeing are some gaps where people still aren't using automations or systems or AI to help them to capture customer information or do follow-up before people have actually bought or you've actually made a sale. So I've made a couple of notes. These are real things that have happened that I wanted to share. So the first one is, and I'm bringing this up because I think that we need to, as small business owners, need to realize that hiring is a challenge, right? It's always been a challenge. I've run multiple small businesses, so I know this to be true. And I think we tend to be overly optimistic that we know our business so well that we can fix anything, or we're just working so hard that there are probably some blind spots that we don't see. So the first one is, I had spoken to, this is my first example, I had spoken to a hairstylist, and she worked at a salon. And we were just chatting about AI and some of the things that you could do for a salon. So one of the things you could do is you could have a digital receptionist who can answer the calls. Of course, it's a robot. It's not a robot, right? It's an AI. But they can answer the calls. They can answer frequently asked questions. And they can then either get you put through to a human if they can't answer the question. They can schedule you for an appointment. They can follow up on your appointment for you, and just do all of these things that the stylist, when we talked about this, she said, "Oh, I would love that." She's having to, work with the customer that she's seeing, which is, styling and cutting somebody's hair. And then when the phone rings, she has to go and answer the phone. And the reason that they do it this way, she says, is because her boss says, okay, that's future money, so you have to go and get that call. And she feels frustrated because she said but she's dealing with the client in front of her, which is her money today, right? So she said she would love to see some sort of digital receptionist that way the phone could just be answered, and then the message could be sent to her, probably on her mobile device, and things could be scheduled for her so she could focus on the clients that are in front of her. I asked her, what would be the chances of your boss, the salon owner, being willing to do something like this? And I just got a message on the screen, sorry. So the reason that her boss wouldn't do it is that she just couldn't see the point to it. So they were on very different sides of the fence on this. The stylist, she would have loved this, but she said her boss would never go for it. So that's the first example. The second example is, so my stepdaughter, she's called a salon, a local salon. I won't say where, it's just where she is. And she tried calling them at the beginning of the summer, and she left a message. She left a detailed voicemail that she wanted to get her hair cut. She hadn't cut her hair for about 2 years, and she never got a call back. So I told her, it's the end of the summer now, right? So I told her, give them a call back. So she did that again, and she's yet to receive a call back. And this is crazy to me because she actually is ready to spend the money. She has the money. I know the salon, it's great. And I know that they're busy and they're booked out. They're probably, I think the main stylist is booked out maybe 4 weeks ahead of time. But that's still crazy, right? If they had some sort of digital receptionist in place, because I don't even know where that call's going. So if they had some sort of digital answering service in place, like an digital receptionist, her call could have been picked up. She could have been put on the schedule already, and she could have been sent a reminder, and she actually could have already spent money there. She has been wanting to spend money at this business and has yet to be able to speak to somebody. And she is calling the business directly. She's a Gen Z, and she has not been messaging. She's been picking up the phone. So that's another example of where I think small business owners are missing out. And I see some messages coming in. Yes, we are having a conversation. Yes, I am answering you. If you have a question, let me know. I am looking at the chat. So the other example that I have for you is I recently spoke with a technician that works at a contracting business. And this one, I think business owners won't be thinking about this, but this is interesting. So he's frustrated because he wants to be using AI and automation because he's interested in it. He's studying it, right? So he wants to be using AI and automation in his job. And his boss isn't doing it. And they subcontract to a larger company, and that larger company isn't using any AI either. So they're still doing everything traditionally. We've got AI first businesses. That's not what these are. These are sticking to their traditional models, the traditional way of doing things, right? So what this technician is doing is he has enrolled himself in a course, a 6-week course. He's going to do this outside of his job, and he's going to learn how to build AI automations. And then he's thinking that he might do this as a side business because he's that frustrated. So imagine that now not only are you not using the AI, you're frustrating your employees, and you may lose them over it. So these are just some of the things I wanted to share on a quick live. And if you are still here with me, I see a few people on the live. So nice to see you. And if you have any AI automation questions, you can post them here. But other than that, that was my 7 to 8 minute rant about why you should have AI. Well, you should be using it in your small business. Don't be afraid of it. I think maybe if we just use the word technology instead of AI, that would be better for people. So if you would like to connect with me, I can certainly offer you an AI consultation. And thanks for joining me today.